Good morning. Today we're printing this darker gray color in the island and the trees in the middle ground, and also a darker color for the boat. It's a small impression, so we'll be using a small roller, and I'm going to try to get away with just using this ball bearing for this one. So I have my color. It's just a cool gray, and it's not quite black because I'll leave the darkest tones for the last impression. So we have 2 impressions to go. So let's get started. This is actually still tacky from the last impression. It's not fully dry. It's the right color, it's the right value. It just doesn't, it's not printing well on this paper. So I just ran this one through the press, and man, look at the difference. Super smooth compared to the last one, which I did by hand. You can see here, super grainy, not enough pressure. And look at that one. Super clean, it's working way better. So I'll continue to run these through the press for this impression. It's starting to come together though. I'll show you this one. It's going through the press. So we're gonna move on to the thin Japanese paper, and I'm gonna try to just use the Baron for this. So let's see how this goes. I have a feeling this color might be too dark for this. That looks better. So I'm going for this effect where it's kind of, looks like a woodblock print or Japanese style. So I kind of like that it's not super pressed into the paper. And I also, you can see here, I put a texture on the block with some sandpaper to get these horizontal. See if you can see this in the light. You can see it there. You can see those horizontal scores in the surface. I'm trying to replicate like Baron marks or brush marks. So I'm kind of happy with that. I could run it through the press and get a really flat, harsh impression. I think I kind of like it this way though. It's nice. Might put just a little bit more ink. It's all trial and error. That looks like. This one's nice. Yeah, this one's working well. This is exactly what I'm looking for. It's starting to come together.
Today, we are printing the last impression of our Hasui reproduction print. This block is the black, which will be printed in the foreground in these trees. And for this black color, I'm going to use a mixture of Prussian blue and blue-black. So let's get started. We'll start printing with our test sheet first. Take it over to the press. So we just ran this through the press. That's what we have. Well, I didn't like this paper so much, the cotton rag. Coventry is what it's called. It's traditional Western printmaking paper. It's just really thick. You have to put a lot of pressure on it to get a nice smooth impression. And I really didn't get a good impression on this color. You can see how stippled it is. And that's where I used a lot of transparent base. It just doesn't print well on this kind of paper. But that was also probably my mistake. I probably put too much transparent base in, not enough pigment. I could have used a little bit of white in with the color to make it lighter. But this is a learning process. It's the first time I've tried this kind of printing with very transparent inks on Western papers and Japanese papers. So at the end of this video, maybe I'll do another video or a second video of where I'll just go through and talk about the 3 papers that I'm using and the qualities, the function of each paper, what I like about them and what I don't. This will be a paper review. So I just continue with a couple more test sheets, get this block printing smoothly, and then I'll be back to show you one of the nice Japanese papers. So here's the first impression on the good paper, the thin Japanese paper. It came out pretty good. I inked it very lightly, the block very lightly, to try to get that transparency look. Overall, I think it's pretty successful. I'm happy with this one. So we'll just keep going. I'll take you over to the press. Now that one didn't have enough pressure on it, so I'm going to put it through again. Some more pressure. So this is always really tricky. Make sure this registration is perfect. That's not going to work. There it is. Try it again. Feel the pressure difference on that one. Hopefully that printed yeah, that's better. Registration was okay. So I'm gonna print one on the darker toned sheets. And today we got construction going on down the street. We got planes flying right over our head. So this is the darker natural color paper. It's very thin, so be very careful. The registration. See how this turns out. Really like this toned paper. I'm not sure. Just gives it a nice look, nice appearance. Really happy with this. I may even just tighten the pressure on this a little bit for this one. I hope you enjoyed following along on this project. And here are the finished prints. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Both of these prints are available on my website, which is linked below. I have a new project already started, and it's going to be something a little different.
So keep an eye out for new videos coming soon. As always, happy carving, happy printing.